Bringing Pittsburgh a better alternative, giving Pittsburgh a better alternative, giving Pittsburgh a better alternative, giving Pittsburgh a better alternative. Yo. Extra, extra, reading the issue. Raw news, unapologetic, no tissue. Catch the wave, the flow first certain. Nothing pull you in like a Pittsburgh current. Free from influence, nothing less than. No flexing, aim for progression. We cover news, politics in all forms. And entertainment that comes in all sources. Pittsburgh, a better alternative. Giving Pittsburgh a better alternative.
Current concert series with the one and only Kid Mental. Kid, how you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing great.
In the last issue of the Pittsburgh Current, I wrote about Kid Mental. What he does is, he does a lot of things. We've just been watching for the last hour all the things that he can do. And so, he's beatboxer extraordinaire.
Thanks.
Lyricist extraordinaire. So he's going to make up some songs for you here. So share your words in the comments. Words, phrases, a little story, and we'll see if we can turn them into a song.
Yeah.
How'd you start this? Get into this.
I started this because I'm a delivery driver, and I used to deliver on the east side, which I love the east side, and now I'm in Connellsville. But
Shout out to Connellsville.
Connellsville, Uniontown, Lamont Furnace. Yeah, some people should be watching from there. I was the delivery driver, and I met a whole bunch of different people. And it was like one day I asked somebody, because I went to some obscure location. It was some weird place, and I was like, "What do you do here?" And they were like, "Oh, we track like forensics and chemical evidence and all this stuff." And I'm like, I didn't even know this existed here, like right here. So I asked what she did, and she told me. And then I started like wondering. I'm like, "Yo, we're all connected in some weird, some strange way, and we don't all realize it." So like. And I seriously had like maybe 100 different places that dropped off just throughout the weeks. So like I would ask some people, and then I was thinking, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start doing theme songs, because kind of like that's what I did when like I was driving to go to the different places. It was like, say, 1125 Ellsworth or something.
Right.
And I'm trying to remember, 1125 Ellsworth, what 1125 Ellsworth, what 1125 Ellsworth, what one word. Then I put a beat behind it. And then, like, that's how I did it. And I did that because, like, it's really, like, pounded in my brain from when I was a kid. My mom used to teach us how to, like, remember things through song. So, like, I was like, whoa, well, maybe I should take that and try to start something. So I went online, and I just, on my website that I already had, I set up a subscription so that I could not only I was like, the way you set it up, you got to set it up so that people have somewhere to go and send you an email.
Right.
And so they send me an email, and then I put them in my little vault or whatever stash. And like every week I would pick a name and voila, I would make a song. So one a week, every Thursday, theme
Right.
song Thursdays.
And when the week that the story came out that we wrote about you, you did a theme song for us, and that's what he was playing a version of at the top of the show.
Indeed.
And it was great. No, we all it gets in your head, and I think that's kind of the cool thing is it's like an earworm digs in there
Yeah.
and doesn't leave, which is great. No, it's really cool.
I'm glad you guys liked it.
Yeah,
'cause
absolutely.
It was hard. I was like, are they gonna? I had another one too. And it was a little funkier beat and stuff, but it was kind of faster. And
Yeah.
I can't remember. I'd have to pull it up. I would want to show you one day, like when we're just chilling.
Yeah.
But it was a cool one too. But this one just stuck with me, and I was like, yeah, I think this would work.
Right.
So
And so, besides doing the theme songs, which we'll talk a little bit more about, we'll hear some of the theme songs you've written here a little later. You also perform.
Yeah.
And so you talk a little bit about how you got into beatboxing and this on the fly music that you do.
I appreciate you liking my beatbox. I know there's like crap load of people that's like phenomenal with
Right.
beatboxing. And so I'm flattered that people actually like what I do. But I'm more like what makes me shine is basically the tools that
Right.
I have to do it. So I can formulate a little bit better and articulate what I need to show. Other people can just, put it on the fly. So like I hate tracks. I just can't stand tracks. I can't just I'm not a DJ.
Right.
I'm not a DJ, but I am a producer. I do produce music. So I was trying to come up with the organic way that I could do something and present it in a way that is different than everybody else, but not just different from everybody else, that I don't have to rely on anyone else. Because most of the time when I go to hip hop shows, rap shows, no offense, but like there's 30 acts and there's one sound guy and you got to give him your CD.
Right.
And it's like, is that, no, that's the wrong one. Don't, okay. All right, I'll do that one, but just start it in the middle. No, in the middle. No, after I say, yeah, I can't, I can't do that. So,
and we talked too. You were hooked up with a couple of bands, but then you have the whole. You have to have everybody there to rehearse. Everybody there
has
to
have
perform.
the same passion.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the same passion, then it doesn't, like, you could be, if you have the most passion, that's where it hurts.
Right.
When other people have lower passions, it's like, oh, whatever. Hey, how you doing? I put a couple of what do you call it? Memes up, like basically like somebody stubbed their toe.
Right.
But I got 3 kids and a wife.
Right.
So I'm ready. And at times I would go to the other side of town and pick people up to bring them back to my crib. I got a drum and everything. I got all the stuff and just was like, look, we can do it here in my attic or we could do it here in my basement. But people always had an excuse.
Right.
And I'm like, I can't work like that. I know I'm dependable. And one day I was talking to my one friend. I was like, hey, and I didn't know anything about Reggie Watts. Swear.
Right.
I had nothing about Reggie Watts. And I was like, yo, I want something that I could, do this with.
Mm-hmm.
And the one guy was like, you mean like loop or like a looper? Like Reggie Watts? And I'm like, who's Reggie Watts? Then I seen what they had, what he had. And I'm like, yo, like, these are official. You know what I mean? So I couldn't afford that.
Right.
And then like I had a friend in the neighborhood and our kids, we both had two like kids around the same age. And he was like, we were over his house and he was barbecuing or something. He was like, hey man, I got a looper here. Like, you're talking about beatboxing and stuff. Like, what do you think about, like, you think you could use that? I can't get it to work. He's like, I'm a guitarist. I can't get it to work. So I brought it home. And like the next day I was just making beats. I was just doing whatever. So I seen somebody were like, hey, performance. And I knew I couldn't do any performance because I literally need to have that organic feel. I cannot do a track. I seriously can't. And a lot of my friends were like, oh, Faith Hill, she sings with a track, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, but she's a singer. Like, she sings. She don't got to do nothing else. Like, I do more than that.
Right.
And it's nothing worse than looking like a rapper who's just standing there on stage waiting for the, like, oh, the beat starts. So then you're like, yeah, I got to get into it. And then you got to count.
Right.
And if you don't count, your song's over. You know what I mean? When I was doing beatbox, I mean, when I had a band,
Yeah.
I had signals to everybody, you know? So if I ran out of breath, like I could actually put my all in, you
Right.
know? I could give my whole breath, everything, and just do it. And then like at one time, like people don't know, you know, if you do it right, nobody knows. And I talked to my drummer starts doing fills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I catch my breath, drink some water, and then I signal and I'm ready for my verse, do my verse. Like that's great with a band.
Yeah.
You can do that. And it's got the feel, it's got everything. But like you just can't get everybody to work. So at least with this, I can stop the music if I want to.
Yeah.
I can start it when I want to. I can do everything. And like I slowly gain pieces. My one friend let me borrow his voice box. I'm using my neighbor's looper.
Right.
You know, I got like different pieces from different places. My one DJ friend gave me a mic. I mean, I ain't got no money, so that's the way it works, you know? Borrow.
But you're putting it all to good use. I
Yes.
mean, that's what's important, right?
Yeah, that's kind of another reason why I kept doing it,
Yeah.
because I was doing it, and some of the shows, it's just hard to do it
Yeah.
with 3 kids, and I can't be out too late, because I
Right.
got work in the morning. I got to deal with all this stuff. So, like, that's kind of what pushed me was, you know, this was somebody's, and they're not using it, but if I'm putting it to good use, they're like kind of back there, like
Right.
pushing me too. They're there supporting me, and they see what I'm doing with it, and it's been I got this, and then my wife got me this for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like this one's the most expensive one. Like
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, so when you're in front of an audience, you just do freestyle, right? You have or improv, I guess is probably a better word. For it.
I can.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like I wanna
But you like to do that, right?
Yeah, I like to do an improv. I like to do an improvisation, but also incorporate some of my songs.
Sure.
So I'm like, I know this verse,
Right.
and I know this hook,
Right.
or whatever. Like, so something's going on that we can make a hook out of. Let's improv it.
Right.
Let's improv it. We're gonna improv the hook, bring the crowd into it.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'll beatbox, and I don't know. Let me see if I could do one like. Boom, stick, tick, boom, tss, boom, stick, boom, 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 stick, tick, boom, tss, boom, stick, boom, 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 stick, boom, tss, boom, stick, boom, 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 stick, boom, tss, boom, stick. All right. Can you say yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. You say yeah. All right. You gotta do it in mic like that. 1, 2.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
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 So that's what I would do, but with
Yeah.
more people, you know, covers out
Yeah.
foreground. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, all right, like, yo, I'm about to talk about some honey bees. I'm busy, that's the way I get it. See, I'm just flipping these lyrics like some honey that I gotta get in my tum-tum. See, I'm talking about Jesus humpback Christ and the mic. Then I got to spit it on the mic, and I'm funny how I see it. But I'm spitting this like some mama sharks, mama cards, almost like some papa sharks or kitty sharks. Everybody knows that I bust this like in the dark. I'ma hit it on point like I'll spit the spark. You see it? I'm just spitting these lyrics like I'm weeded, but really I'm not. Cause I'm spitting this like off of the spot, off the jock. That's the way I'm dish do it. I'm gonna spit lyrics like, yo, it's Kid Mental.
That's pretty sweet, man. That's pretty awesome. And so what Kid Mental was reading was, so we did a list beforehand, and we want you guys to, in the comments, write down some words, some songs, tell us a story so we can make a song. I'm not going to do anything. But I got some books off my desk, included some poetry by my good friend, the late Jimmy Svetic, and the autobiography of Nick Nolte. And some of those words include words like honey and bullhorn and Jesus humpback Christ, as I saw was elegantly worked in.
Elvis,
Yeah.
defibrillator,
So-
mountain people.
So why don't I get out of the way, and why don't you just show us a little bit of what you do?
All right, cool.
Yo, you chilling over here. The Pittsburgh current. Yeah, I'ma flip these lyrics so you know how they flourish. Yeah, keep it say illa. Yo, straight caterpillar. To a butterfly, that's the way we get it. Live when we spit it up the ride like yo. Gotta get that pie like yo. Gotta get the honey like yo. Gotta get that punchy bear, yo. Yeah, I'ma flip it, sit like some Elvis for your step. Elvis, get that rap. USA, lo ruso, like shit, so no loco, like yeah. Like yeah. Sound like a like yeah.
Making it off the cuff.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you to? I mean, did you just always have beats and thoughts and songs running through your head?
Always.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Always. There's always a beat there. There's always something. It's just like every time I talk to somebody, it's something.
Right.
Like see, like right, like what you said.
Right.
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 Right. Right. Yeah. Right. Kiss the right. 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 Kiss the right. 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 Kiss the right. 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 Kiss the right. 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 Kiss the right. 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 Kiss the right. 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 Kiss the right. 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 Kiss the right. 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 Dum. Right. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. All the time, like right. 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 Right.
That's great, man. It's really awesome.
Thanks.
So let's go back to the theme songs a little bit. There were some. So you're meeting people, you're talking to people. They're all these kind of things are going through your head. So you decide, you put the call out. People can tell folks where they can go to find your form and to put in a request for a song.
You can go to kidmental.com. That's KIDMENTAL.com. Now, when you get there at the top, like you can sign up at Patreon because, like I said, I don't have no money. So Patreon, you could be a patron, and if you go to Patreon to be a patron, I got it all the way down to $1, $3, $7 a month. Like, so if you want to support me, and I provide you with so much content. Like, there's 67 songs you could download. 67 instrumentals. If you do $3 and up, you can get all the instrumentals, every instrumental that you've ever heard me do there. And I'm trying to get more people over there so I could do more for you. So I'm going to have T-shirts, just like this. This is from Grown Dad Business. I do illustration too.
Nice.
So like I want to get more people out there. I want to keep giving more. If you don't have any money, or if you want to try it out and you don't want to give me money yet, you want to see how I do it, you go to kidmental.com. You go up to the tab where you can go to different pages, and at the bottom it'll say form, MJTS. If you go there, then you can fill out the form. There's 3 forms there. There's a business form. So if you have a business and you want your business song, there you go. And you also have a personalized one. That's the very first one. So it's just fun. Whatever, like you wake up in the morning and you brush your teeth and that's all you do, then I have a song for it.
Right.
I would do a song. And then the very last one is a keepsake where it could be anything really. I did one for somebody who passed away,
Right.
but I set it up so that like you could make a song for your cat, for your dog, for your kids are getting married and they're into hip hop. I could do a song for both of them, or I could do a song for one of them so that when they're going out in the reception hall, they'll have their actual own song.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they keep it forever so they could play it whenever they're having a bad day. Like, it's so cool because people, you do not have this opportunity.
Yeah.
This is like an opportunity of a lifetime
Right.
to have your own hip-hop
Right.
song about you. Like, you don't ever have to say, yo, that 50 Cent song, that's my theme song. No, you have your
You can have your own theme song. Yeah.
with your own name. If you wanted to have your own name on it, I will definitely put it in there. If you don't want it on with your name in it, whatever, just let me know.
Yeah. Let's talk about the keepsake that we talked about it for the story, and I put a little bit about that in there. But it was a story that really intrigued me. It was a grandmother who was now raising her grandchildren. Their mother had passed at a young age.
Yes,
And the grandmother wanted the kids to have something to help them get over that initial loss of their mother.
Yes.
What was that like for you to? Number one, I would think on some level you're probably honored that someone would ask you to do something like this for these kids, and you know, since this is what you do. But what was it like for you to then go ahead and to write something like that?
It was scary.
Yeah.
The kids were pretty young. They're about like my kids. My kid is the oldest son is 7.
Wow.
So like they're like around his age.
Yeah.
And it was like she reached out, like I cried. I don't know. I was gonna try to pull up the email that she sent me, but like she saw that I was doing these.
Yeah.
And I don't remember how she caught me in Instagram or something.
Right.
And she said, yo, can you do this for me? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, why not?
Mhm.
But I've never had a keepsake form.
Right.
So, like, that was a brand new thing that I had to do.
Yeah.
So the first thing I had to do is, okay, how do I do this? Because with a personalized theme song, I'm asking you questions about you.
Right.
What you like, what you hate, what you don't like, and everything like that. So, it might have been this. So, you know, I had to customize it to figure out what it is. And I
Right.
still not perfected because not a lot of people use it.
Right.
So she was the first person to use it. And, you know, I got to tweak them every
Sure.
time depending on, maybe it's one of these.
Is that something you could do a little bit of it for us? Is that
Her song? I can't even
or
remember.
something if there's a or a song, maybe a theme song that really is, because we were talking earlier and Kid just did ours, and it takes a while for the beat to get stuck in there, right? Or the lyrics to get stuck in there, right? So,
yeah, because it's hip hop.
Yeah. And you're writing. How many have you done now?
67 songs.
Yeah.
67. You can be my Cadopa, always, forever, 'cause oh la la la, I can't forget your love. And I remember your kisses, how you love some ear biscuits. Oh la la la, I can't forget your love. You make the best brownies in the wizard. Your heart sweet, like to eat, sweeter than any dessert. Your kindness overflow like the river. Smile like the sun, make it warm in December. You always make me fine, turn a frown into a cloud. Lift me up into the sky, in your presence I'm never down. You always told me, hold on, pain ends, HOPE. So I'm holding on to the end. You,
That's all right. That's
yes, like
but to know that and what you've done is part of their life, that's got to be something.
it's
Yeah.
like that's all from the kids. Like
Yeah.
it's, I mean, to know that they're never gonna see her
Right.
again. And
Yeah.
then so yeah, like it's a really good song. I mean, it touches me every time like I hear it because it's like that's what they have, and it's great. So it was good. It was.
Yeah.
It was. It's worth it when you get stuff like this and
Right.
you know that you can make a change and you can make a difference, and people don't see that until they like notice it, because it's really hard to show people like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm making theme songs. They're for people, for you to sing, and they're like, what? I don't get it. I don't understand.
Right.
But then I'm like, I got 67 songs. Pick one.
Yeah.
Just listen to one. It's really hard to get it across, though. It's really been a hard.
So, do you think if I told you a little story right now, it's very light. Well, it's kind of light. It's not really light, but it happened years ago.
Mhm.
About my first pet. Do you
Okay.
think if I told you a little story, you could write a song?
Right in the thick of it right now?
Yeah.
I could try.
Give it a try,
we
right?
could try, yeah. Might
right.
take a little while.
You tell me when you're ready for me to start.
Is this what kind? Is this your dog?
Yeah. This was my first dog. His name was Bozo. He was a giant collie.
Collie. Yeah, he was a collie. His name was what?
Bozo.
Bozo. Go ahead, tell the story.
So, Bozo was about 3 times bigger than me, giant dog. And my mom decided he was too big to live in our small house.
Uh-huh.
So they took him to my aunt's farm. And one day I went to visit him,
One day.
and I found out that he had been killed.
Oh no.
Wait. And that was because my stupid ass cousin reached in to take his food away, and he bit her.
What?
Right, she
was
set
he
him-
a
she-
mastiff? He was
No,
what?
no, he was a big collie.
Oh, collie, yes.
Yeah. She set him up, I think,
Oh, wow.
to go.
Wow.
So I feel like Bozo really got done wrong.
Bozo, you got done wrong.
Oh no. Bozo, he got done wrong. He got done wrong. He got done wrong. I can't believe she did that. Did that. I can't believe she did that. Did that.
Now we sad, chillin' at the funeral, chillin' like what's good, yo. The collie, he didn't passed away. They had to exterminate. No, that's not the word I'm trying to find. It's just sad, that sad type of time. I'm just like, man, Charlie, what's good? I can't understand why they had to put him in the hood. They did him wrong. They damn wrong.
That was awesome. See, I felt like Bozo was gonna like come back from the dead like a trench coat. Got a little something like in the night.
Fun. That would have been fun. You should have said something. I'd have been like, oh yeah.
Like, and here comes Bozo for his revenge.
Bozo's revenge.
So,
where'd it go?
Bozo's revenge.
so we got a few minutes left. What do you want to do? What do you want to leave the folks with? What do you want to play? What do you want to play for them as we go out?
I also on Sundays.
Yes.
I will be at Californian Coffee Bar every Sunday from noon to 3. I will be doing this, and if you have an instrument and you want to jam out with me,
Nice.
please come. And for the kids, I have the pocket operators for them to play with. It's going to be a fun time. So that's California Coffee Bar in Brighton Heights.
And you've got something going on at Market Square this summer. Do you know the date of that?
Market Square, June 12th. I'll be in Market Square from noon to 1. And also, Filter Fest is June 6th at Mr. Falls Funhouse. I got tickets for cheap, so hit me up. I will deliver them. I will come to your house and drop them off. You know, you can send me PayPal. You can send me cash. You can send me
Venmo, Apple Pay.
Apple Pay, Cash App. Yep, all of them. So, yeah. I'm trying to think. I guess I could do a security guard. I think I have a song about a security guard.
Okay. Let's start there and see how it goes and take us out.
All right.
Kid Mental, thanks for coming into the Pittsburgh Current Consciousness.
Thanks for having me,
Thanks.
Charlie.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot. Kid Mental.
Oh yeah, we got the Charlie song still going. Yeah, I shouldn't. I had to erase it, but we still have it, so I can actually, yeah. Shift got me beating on the clock. Don't tase me, bro. And away we go, like a selfie flick from a Scorsese flick. I'm a bro supervisor. I check up on them, and if they doing wrong, I flex on them. So the don't round up Dodgers Bay show to do it on purpose. Skip out the back door. Welcome to my jail, make it safer for you. Road supervisor, security guard. Welcome to my jail, make it safer for you. Road supervisor, security guard. Road to my job, make it safer for you. Road supervisor, security